Hello, my minions. Unit 1. We're getting into matter now in this video. We are going to be talking and taking some notes on pages. There's a few pages here, so 18 through 19 in your packet. We're going to explore matter and the ways we separate and classify it. So the beginning here is going to be the classification and the definition of our material. So we started out the year, we talked about what the definition of chemistry is, and here it is on paper. The science that studies matter and energy and how they interact with each other. That's my favorite definition of what chemistry is. Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. It has atoms. Now I know you can't see atoms, but if it has mass and takes up space, it's got atoms. So it's inferred, okay? Now, energy, Mr. Milks and I argued, discussed, bickered ad nauseum about what to do here for this definition. And I think the best one that we came to was that in this chemistry class, we're talking about heat, light, and motion when we talk about energy. You might have another form of energy that you'd love to volunteer. I'm totally cool with that. We might actually touch on some of them throughout the year, but for right now, heat, light, and energy is our definition for heat, light, and motion is our definition for energy. Pardon me. Oops, wrong direction. Let's try that again. So on this page in your pack, all you've got is a really boring black and white with varying shades of gray to show the difference between elements, mixtures, and compounds. So I want you to find something that you can color with. I don't care if it's watercolors, if it's Sharpies, if it's crayons, it's markers, whatever it's got to be. What I need you to do is pause this video right now and color code your image to what you see on the screen. Okay, so I hope you've had a chance to pause it and color code. Maybe listen to some tunes in the meantime. But here we go. Elements are either atoms by themselves or molecules, meaning two or more spheres joined together of the same type. So an atom in this box up here, in this box right here, we see just atoms. They're all the same type. They're all separate, single by themselves. Molecules of an element are two of the same type of atoms stuck together. So this kind of looks like this. They're slammed together. That makes a molecule of an element. Now if we move on to mixtures. Mixtures could be a mixture of two or more pure elements. So we see two different color spheres mixed in together, but they're not connected. A mixture could also be a mixture of two different elements, one of which might be that scenario where you've got two of the same type of atom swished and bonded together. The other types of mixtures over here, we see a mixture of two elements that are atoms bonded together. Again, you can see that they're different things mixed in together. And this last one, we actually have molecules all mixed in together. One of the molecule types is an element, two of the same atoms squished together. The other molecule types is a molecule of a compound, which is, by definition, different atoms of different elements bonded together. Okay. Now a compound here is our definition. It's a pure substance. You notice inside this box it's not anything mixed up. All the atoms of different types are bonded together to make a molecule. So the moral of this story is that there's compounds, elements, and mixtures, and visually at the atomic level they're made of different types of atoms bonded together in different special ways. Okay, so those are the three basics of matter: compounds, mixtures, elements. That's really all there is in the universe. Aside from energy, it's compounds, mixtures, and elements. Period. Get to know them. Now matter, a flowchart. We're going to break this down a little bit better. Anything that has mass and takes up volume, takes up space, it has atoms. Underneath that umbrella, we've got things that cannot be separated because they're pure. Each piece has exact the same composition, okay? Like pure salt, every grain of salt is identical. It is pure. Now, things that can be separated by physical means are mixtures. So each piece is different. Like I mix salt and sand, I can take the salt away from the sand through some special techniques. Now, things that cannot be separated are either the elements, which look like that, either monoatomic or diatomic. These inside this box is a particle diagram with some diatomic two atoms that are pure elements. Or we have a compound or a molecule, which inside this particle diagram we see this one's an example of H2O. different types of elements bonded or stuck together. They're not all the same, which makes them not an element but a compound. They're different types. Over on the other side of things, we got homogeneous mixtures, which like are uniform or look the same throughout, like iced tea or coffee. You know, it looks all the way same throughout, even though you know you mixed sugar into your iced tea, it kind of dissolved and disappeared in there. It looks all the same throughout, so it's a homogeneous mixture. We have a heterogeneous mixture. It's not uniform throughout. So something like Italian dressing or a chocolate chip cookie. You know that there's more than one ingredient in there, and you can see it. Okay? And a particle diagram for something like that is kind of tough to do because, well, it just is. Because when you look at a heterogeneous mixture, we never typically look at them as particle diagrams. So at the end of this flow chart, we've got elements, compounds, homogeneous, and heterogeneous mixtures. We will know how to draw these particle diagrams independently soon enough. But if you're still a little foggy on the differences, keyword searches is the best way to go it. And visually, this is definitely a visual topic to study. So do a Google image search on particle diagrams for different types of things like compounds, elements, and mixtures. Because remember, at the end of the day, there are only three types of matter: compounds, elements, and mixtures. And considering chemistry is the study of matter and energy, three of the four things we study in chemistry were just covered. So you got to kind of make sure you know them. Thanks for watching. See you later.